what the big deal about Cracker Jack is. Did you ever go and buy a pack of Cracker Jack thinking you're going to get a prize and find no prize in the box?
You got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me.
Freehand is beating his net at the plate. Crawford is over there watching. Good see, sir. You're in the wrong seat, buddy. Come on. Oh, I must be in the front row.
Speaking of my Tigers, there's been a little bit of news here and there about Skubal. We did a quick segment about Skubal, you know, the big options that the Tigers have in front of them and how they're actually in a really good spot, despite what people might want to say about it. There's been no news other than reckless speculation. I heard Jeff Passan on ESPN the other day said that for the first time I had ever heard is that Skubal wants to stay in Detroit. So I don't know if he's just being contrarian or I have not heard that any place, but everything we've heard is, and of course by his actions, hiring Scott Boras would be, he's looking for the biggest payday wherever it happens to be. So I that gives reason for a little bit of hope, I guess, that the Tigers could hold on to him, but I think that's doubtful. I think a trade is probably in the works, but they're in a solid space for that because they could just hold on to him this year and go for it in 2026 with the best pitcher in baseball. So they're not going to be forced into a bad situation. I don't think so. That'll play out. That's probably going to take quite a while for that whole situation to play out through the offseason. I don't think we're going to see a sign, or maybe nothing happens, you know, and we just go into spring training as status quo. So the other Tigers stuff I want to talk about is on the minor league level. I don't know if you watch the Arizona Fall League much.
I do not.
It's on MLB Network, and I don't watch it. I just started paying attention because the Tigers are well represented there. It's essentially all-star teams of minor league players that spend the month of November, late October and November in Arizona. In fact, I saw 21 players on World Series rosters this year were former Arizona Fall League players. So
interesting.
It's well represented. But the now two-time hitter of the week is Kevin McGonigle, Tigers' top prospect, the number 2 hitting prospect in all of baseball, number 2 prospect in all of baseball. Shortstop, third baseman, second baseman. It's kind of hard to say where he's kind of been all over the place. They've been giving him reps at third base lately throughout this fall, Arizona Fall League. But he started the Fall Star game this past weekend at shortstop because the Tigers had another prospect, Max Anderson, playing third base for the Fall Stars. So McGonigle won hitter of the week twice already in 5 weeks. They're going into their playoffs this week, I think, and it ends next week from today. But in 17 games, he's got a 1248 OPS, 5 home runs, 20 RBI, 19 runs scored, 3 stolen bases. It's just clearly the best hitter of the minors right now. So he's living up to his number 2 prospect billing. So really positive sign. It makes me think he is certainly on track. He's definitely going to be at spring training. But he's on track to make the big club next year. And I think everyone thought that he would be up at some point next year in 2026, but I think he's going to be there opening day. Whether it's shortstop, I doubt. Third base is interesting that they've been playing him there this fall, getting reps at third. Seems like the perfect fit for the Tigers. That's a place of deficiency. I read a lot of experts think he's eventually a second baseman. He's just not. He's got a strong arm, but he's just not a great defensive shortstop. So that's why they're talking about moving him around. What's interesting about that is the current Tigers second baseman, Gleyber Torres, was on a 1-year deal, but the Tigers have offered him a qualifying offer, which is kind of a theme for this week. That happened last week, and I think everyone that's been offered a qualifying offer has until a week from today to make their decision. So we're going to get a lot of news next week with that playing out. So it's interesting. A qualifying offer means the way it works out this year, it's just over $22 million for 1 year, which would be a big pay increase for Torres. So I think he would probably accept that. But again, like you mentioned, it's all under the specter of the looming labor strife in the next year. So I don't know. For speculation, like a bunch of players aren't going to want to sign a 1-year deal because they're going to want to sign a giant, long-term contract, to get through whatever happens in 2027 and beyond, or whatever the landscape looks like. But I don't know how many teams are going to be offering that. So I wonder if everyone that's been given a qualifying offer is just going to sign, so they have $22 million in the bank this final year before everything goes to shit. I wouldn't mind if the Tigers signed Torres. He was at times their best hitter, at least the most consistent hitter. So it'd be nice to have that kind of stability in the center of the infield. And he's a fine second baseman. He's not a Gold Glove winner or anything, but it just gives him some depth there. And then if he doesn't accept, I mean, maybe McGonigle plays there. If not, Colt Keith, who's supposed to be their second baseman, has been kind of moved around a little bit too. So Tigers have a bunch of options, and the good news is McGonigle amongst Max Anderson, Max Clark coming down the pipe. They've got a lot of fucking talent right here, right now. That's going to be interesting to see how Scott Harris moves those chess pieces around. That's basically all I've got for the Tigers.
Fun fact for you.
What do you got?
McGonigle. It's the name of a character in the Harry Potter books.
Oh, he's also in like a bit part in The Simpsons too. He's like a Dirty Harry.
Yeah, that's character. Right. He is. I forgot about that. Yeah. So there you go. I mean,
I'll be sure to pull that clip at some point.
It's the possibilities are endless for this podcast once McGonigle is in the Tigers lineup on a daily basis.
The problem is the artificial intelligence is catching up to us and ripping our shit off, our content offline when I rip other people off. So
that's true. So rip off diligently. I mean, I guess I also share your speculation that a lot of these players may just take these qualifying offers knowing.
I would, but
I mean, why wouldn't? So while you're on strike, you got to live off $22 million. I'm crying for you. I mean, Jesus, come on.
And I've read that the Players Association has seen this coming. They've advised their union to be hoarding cash for the last several years. So it's not like I just don't know how people blow through 22 million or millions, but it happens.
Apparently, we'll be getting to that in a little bit in our asshole segment. I mean,
yeah, exactly. So, I think. Well, it's November 18th is when decisions have to be made on by the players and if they've received. I think there's been 13 qualifying offers across Major League Baseball. So,
one guy poured beer all over my head. The guy said, "How can you take that?" I said, "Look, that man didn't do nothing. He poured some beer on my head. He's just showing he's a White Sox fan. There ain't nothing wrong with that."
Sparky, a million thanks for, as always, the most interesting interview. And now today, let's just have a lot of thrilling baseball and not so many fisticuffs.
We're at home meeting.